Hi, Grade 10, MYP English. This is Mrs. Ducharme, and I'm going to talk with you about using images for digital presentations, how to cite those images, and also how to format those citations in your presentation. So, right now you should be looking at this document that Miss Lutchins shared with you, a little bit about what we're going to be doing. And this tab here, Resources, that is going to take you to the library's image page. So here, from the library website, Research, Find Images and Sounds. The first thing that we're going to talk about is what's copyright. And maybe you already know, but everything on the internet is not available for your use. And so at the high level, we ask that people search for images that are not copyright protected. So images that are not copyright protected are ones that the creator of the image has said, yes, it's okay to use this picture or this clip art or whatever it is. So when you go to this page, you'll see there's lots of Creative Commons or copyright-free image tools. I'm going to talk about those in a little bit, but I want to make sure that everybody's clear on the idea that no matter what, whether it's a copyright-free image that you found here or a image that has copyright protection, you have to cite the image. So let's take a look at what we usually do, which is go to Google. And I want a picture of something that has to do with writing. So I go to my Google search images, and here I have all these different pictures that it seems like I could use. What I really should do is go to Tools and search under Usage Rights. By the way, all of these tools in Google Image are fantastic. So if I want just black and white, or if I want clip art or a face or whatever. So I highly recommend that you explore the tools section a little bit. But let's say I'm just going in and looking for an image that I can use. I'm going to go Tools and then here, Usage Rights. And under Usage Rights, I have all of these choices. Not filtered by license is not what I want. This means I'm going to get all of the images in Google, but some of them might be protected. So I really should be using ones that are labeled for reuse. There are other options here, and I'll talk about them briefly, but what I have found is that labeled for reuse seems to be the most common one that creators will use. So let's go ahead and choose labeled for reuse, and we'll see how many change. Okay, there are still some good ones here. I don't have the selection that I had before. I don't have that selection because many of those images are copyright protected. Let's talk a little bit about these different options. I have here labeled for reuse with modification. That means I can use it and I can change it. Labeled for non-commercial reuse with modification. That means I can use it and change it if I'm not going to make money on it. That's true for you in school, but it wouldn't be true if I were making a poster and charging people money to go to an event that poster is advertising. This one is labeled for non-commercial reuse. That means I can use it, but I can't use it in a way that I would make money on, and I cannot change it. Okay? But as I said, the most general one seems to be labeled for reuse, and that catches a lot of images still. Okay? So, technically, I should be using Creative Commons or copyright-free images that I am allowed to use. Okay? I want to show you a couple of others. This is in the Google search. I want to show you a couple of others that I really like. All of these here where it says images licensed for your use, All of these are good places to look. I really like this Pixabay one, but my favorite is Flickr. When you open up Flickr, it looks like you have to sign in, but you don't. You can just go ahead and search. Flickr is a photo storage service. It's great for backing up photos. And what people have done as they've put all their photos in there is they've decided how they want those photos to be used. And so they have here any license. This is going to be, I'm going to suggest you choose all Creative Commons. Okay, there are lots of other options. You can probably figure out, play around a little bit and see what the difference is among these different options. But the one I think that's the best for general use is all Creative Commons. This one, by the way, is kind of interesting. No known copyright restrictions. This tends to be older images that are in the public domain. So things that are in the public domain are things that have been around so long that they haven't retained any sort of copyright. But anyway, probably mostly you're going to use this one, all Creative Commons. Once you get into these, you can see there's lots of really good quality images here, even though we have filtered out the copyright protected ones. The other thing about Flickr that's really nice, they have still these color filters, but they also have filters like I want something with a zoomed in kind of effect. I have a minimal effect, patterns, and grayscale. Okay, so I think I can just take all those off. But those are just kind of fun to play with and know about. Okay, so I highly recommend Flickr as a good place to find Creative Commons images. There are lots of others here. They're all really good. This Pixabay one is another really nice one. Okay, so I'm going to go back to where we were, and I'm going to say that we've talked about copyright, and you understand the idea, I hope, of using the filters from whatever search engine you're dealing with, whether it's Google or Flickr, to make sure that you can use that image. Remembering that lots of pictures on the internet are not available for general use. Okay? Now, having said that, you're doing a school project, you're not making money off of this, so I don't want you to stress about it too much, but I do want you to start being aware of this and using those filters so that you can say, yes, that's an image that I know I'm able to be using. Okay, that's the Pixabay one. I just want to show you quickly. It's also really good. And this one, it starts right off images that you can use. Sorry, it's a little bit slow. Okay, you get the idea. All right, good. So let's go now to this idea of how do we cite the images. Citing images can be a little bit tricky. For advanced citing of images, you need to try to find the original creator. This is required in DP art. In 11th and 12th grade IB art, you need to use advanced image citation. For what you're doing for this project in grade 10, you only need to cite the image where you find it. So let's take a look at how that works. Since we use Google a lot, let's go ahead. There you see Pixabay will come up on lots of these searches. Let's go ahead and show how to do a citation. So as I said, you're going to search where you find it. Well, where I found it was Google. But no, that is not where it actually lives. Google helped me get to the image, but I need to cite where that image really lives on the internet. So I have some choices here. Visit page, view image, share I don't want. Okay? If I view image, I'm just going to get the picture. Okay? What I really want, actually this one it shows fine, but what I really want is visit page. Okay, so visit page will get me the full information. Okay, and you can see here it even says public domain, free for commercial use, no attribution required. No attribution means citation, but you will be citing all of your images. Okay. Okay, so if I want to cite this, the best, fastest way to do it is to grab that link, and I'm going to put it into EasyBib. I've got EasyBib open here. It's easybib.com. And I'm going to cite it as a website. I'm going to choose MLA8, which is the most recent one. I'm going to cite it as a website. Where did I find the image? On this website. I'm citing where I found it, so I'll go ahead and paste in the website. It's going to give me a chance to make changes. I'm going to say cite this. And I'm going to make some changes. Okay, this is what it found. I'm going to continue to the final step and see if I can make it better. So here, as an article title, they've got free image on Pixabay. I'm going to change that and call it writing. It's just given me all these tags. I'm just going to call it writing. I'm going to see if I can find a contributor. The contributor is going to be here. This person's name, the username is Upsplash. I'm going to put that in as the author. Upsplash. Okay, I didn't find a publisher. I'm going to put the publisher as Pixabay, the name of the site. Is it Bay or B? Sorry. Pixabay. Pixabay. Okay, here I have the image link. That's good. That's what I want. I have the day that I'm accessing it. I don't have the date it was posted. Let's see if I can find that. Does it come up? It was uploaded 11 months ago. So I could put maybe the month and the year. Okay, so 11 months ago. 11 months ago is going to be like basically a year ago. We're in March, so I'm going to put it for February last year. Okay, I don't have a day, that's fine. Now I filled in a little bit more here, so now I'm going to ask to create the citation. Here's my citation, and I'm going to look at it and make sure I like how it looks. Upsplash is what we would usually call the author. The name of the image is writing. Here's a little bit about this is the name of the page. Here's the name of the site or the publisher, the date, and the link and the date I accessed it. Fine, it's good. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it in my, I'm going to paste it in my presentation. I'll just paste it there for now. Okay? I want to go back to here. We talked about copyright. We talked about how do we cite images. We cite images where we find them. So if I'm finding an image in Google, I'm going to go to the page, and I'm going to take that page link, this one here, and put it into EasyBib and see what else I can find out about it. If I'm finding something in Flickr, I'm going to go and see, okay, this is the link I'm going to take, and what else can I find out about it? Here's this guy Hans, here's the date it was taken. Okay, so Flickr, I think sometimes gives you a little bit more information. I put that link into EasyBib and I see what else I can find out. Okay, so we've talked about what's copyright, we understand that, we've talked about how to cite the image. Now we have the question of how do we put the citations into a presentation. When we're citing images, it's most helpful for the reader to have the citation right with the image. We prefer not to have a whole list at the back of the presentation of all the image citations. It's better to have the citation with the actual image. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and I'm going to take this picture and I'm going to put it into my presentation. Okay, this is my pretend presentation. So here is my presentation. I'm going to throw the image into it. There it is. Oh, sorry, that might be the wrong one. Sorry, that's the wrong one. Sorry. This one. Okay, now, here's my image. I really like to have big images, by the way, and not a lot of words on my presentation. So here's my image. Now I'm going to put my citation with my image. How can I do that? I'm going to get myself a text box, and I'm going to put my text box somewhere near my image. I can put it down here. I can put it, I'm going to put another one over here just to show you. I can put it alongside here. Okay, it's going to be tiny. And then I'm going to take my image. Sorry, let's get this out of the way for a second. I'm going to take my image. I'm going to kind of cut it there, and I'm going to paste it in my text box. Right now it is, whoopsie, sorry, I'm going to see if I can grab it. Come on here. Right now it is at size 10 font. I'm going to make it size 8 font, super tiny, and I'm going to try and have it fit right in here. Okay? It's there, it's not distracting, it's tiny, but anybody who's looking at my presentation knows that I have cited my image. Okay? For the other one, if you want it to go along the side, which is also kind of fun, I can paste it here, and then I think I can rotate it. Let's see. Oh yeah, here. Can I rotate? Wait, I want to rotate my image. Maybe I can't. Okay, forget about that. We'll just do it on the bottom or the top. I'm going to play with that. If I figure out how to rotate it, I'm going to show you in a separate screencast, or maybe you can figure it out on your own and tell me how to do it. Okay? Let's go back to make sure we did everything we're supposed to do. We talked about those 3 things. The key points, you're going to try and find images that are copyright free, which is also known as Creative Commons. You're going to cite your images where you found them. Okay, so use the link of the source where that image lives, and you're going to put your image citations as a caption right with the image. Alrighty? Okay, thanks.